Samsung's Unpacked event is fast approaching, and as with the past several years, there's been more than enough leaks and rumors to flesh out what Samsung's planning for its next major phone launch. Yes, there will be a new Galaxy S phone, probably in several sizes, but what about foldables? How about the Samsung clamshell smartphone? And perhaps less thrilling, but what about the Galaxy Home smart speaker, announced way back in 2018? Well, here's everything you can expect to see at Samsung's Unpacked 2020 event. Let's start with the obvious. We all know Samsung will update its current Galaxy S series flagships. This year, expect to see the S20 and the S20 Plus, not the S11. Now, new names aside, a report from XDA developers suggests the highlight of the S20 and the S20 Plus may be their new 120Hz displays. That should smooth out on-screen animations and make the phones feel more responsive to touch navigation. Samsung won't be the first to show off these screens. OnePlus and Asus have these high refresh rate displays on their phones already. But there may be an important caveat. The same rumors suggest that the phones will only max out at 120Hz when you limit the resolution of their displays to 1080p, in a bid to mediate processor burden and, more importantly, battery life. And how about the all-important cameras? The S20 and the S20 Plus will both reportedly feature a 12-megapixel primary camera, a telephoto lens with 64-megapixel sensor, and an ultra-wide lens with a 12-megapixel sensor. Reports suggest the telephoto camera will offer a 3x optical zoom and a 30x digital zoom. The S20 Plus is also rumored to include a time-of-flight or TOF sensor, which we've already seen on the Galaxy S10 Plus 5G. New cameras usually mean new camera software too, and this year that could be a feature called Super ISO. Based on a recent trademark filing, it may allow you to push the ISO sensitivity of the S20's cameras beyond their usual ceiling. This should help the cameras capture brighter shots in low-light situations, and I'll be interested to see whether Samsung achieves this without adding excessive noise to the photos, and kind of defeating the purpose of the whole thing. Expect support for 8K video capture at 24 frames per second, too. Leaked photos suggest a central Infinity O hole punch and phones that are slightly larger than their predecessors. The S20 features a 6.2-inch screen instead of a 6.1-inch like the S10, while the S20 Plus will have a 6.7-inch, not 6.4-inch screen. The most significant physical change may be the lack of a headphone jack, and some will be disappointed if this is true, including myself. Samsung was one of the last notable holdouts. Not impressive enough? Maybe you're looking for Samsung's equivalent to the iPhone 11 Pro, and that would be the Galaxy S20 Ultra, a rumored expensive variant of the S20 Plus. And this one is all about the cameras. According to Bloomberg, it will feature a 108-megapixel main camera, double the highest resolution sensor on the other S20 phones. The S20 Ultra will also feature a 48-megapixel periscope telephoto lens, and this will reportedly pair with a software feature called Space Zoom. Together, they will allow the Ultra to offer 10x optical zoom, a 30x hybrid zoom, and an insane-sounding 100x digital zoom. The S20 Ultra will also reportedly feature a huge 6.9-inch display and possibly a $1,300 price tag to match. Alright, so let's talk foldables. On the 11th, the company is likely to announce an entirely new foldable display phone called the Galaxy Z Flip with a clamshell form factor. Hopefully, the Z Flip addresses some of the durability issues found within the Galaxy Fold. Multiple trademark filings suggest an ultra-thin glass display that should be hardier than the plastic on the Fold. Taking a page from Motorola, it also appears Samsung used an older processor and cut other corners to make the Galaxy Z Flip more affordable than the Galaxy Fold. A report from WinFuture suggests older processors and only 2 main cameras, and it won't include a headphone jack either. Even with those tweaks, the Galaxy Z Flip is still likely to end up an expensive device. It could cost as much as $1,400 outright, though interestingly, you may be able to buy the foldable ahead of the S20. Multiple reports have suggested that Samsung will start selling the Galaxy Z Flip on February 14th, only 3 days after Unpacked. Beside all those phones, expect Samsung to announce a second-generation version of its Galaxy Buds, imaginatively called the Galaxy Buds Plus. Samsung's new true wireless earbuds will reportedly feature double the battery life of the current Galaxy Buds, which can go for about 5.5 hours on a single charge, as well as improved call quality. They may also be better at isolating sound, though they likely won't pack active noise cancellation like the AirPods Pro. An official-looking image by the leaker Evan Blass suggests Samsung will offer a free pair to people who pre-order the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra. And there's more audio hardware. It's been approximately 18 months since Samsung first announced the Galaxy Home back in 2018, and it still hasn't showed up. That said, Samsung will likely share a release date for the smaller Galaxy Home Mini it started beta testing last May. In an interview with Bloomberg, Samsung's consumer electronics CEO Hyunsuk Kim said the Galaxy Home Mini would be available to buy in early 2020. Oh, and then Samsung accidentally shared the Galaxy Home Mini's release date on its website. Before it was pulled, the page said the speaker would come out in Korea on February 12th and cost 9,000 KRW, which is approximately $83 US. And there you have it. That's everything we expect Samsung to announce next week. Of course, the company could still find a way to surprise us, so subscribe to Engadget and join us on February 11th to see precisely what Samsung has planned.